What's going on, guys? This is Clark Knives here, back with another YouTube video, and I'm gonna be doing just a short-term review on this thing to show y'all, or not necessarily show y'all, but tell y'all the things about this knife that I really like. I've been carrying this thing for just a couple days shy of a month now. I've been carrying it for almost an entire month, which is honestly kind of crazy for me because I have so many knives. Usually I'll take a break from this one or something like that, but no, this knife has literally been with me for almost an exact month, and I really hadn't even noticed all that, to be honest with you. Most of the time I'm like, dang, I need to switch it up a little bit. But anyways, before we get into everything, I'm gonna ask to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all will. It will help me out. I know we're getting to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 1,010 right now, which I'm very proud of. I'm very excited, and I want to thank everybody. That's a really big stepping stone for me. I never even thought that I'd make it this far, let alone 500 subscribers. So again, I want to say thank you to absolutely everybody and the whole community that I have going on. I still am searching for a knife, by the way, so just keep that in mind to do a GOA, you know. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I want to start with the sheath here. This is not the original sheath. I was told by a fellow watcher that this is not the original sheath that come with this knife, and I had a good feeling that it wasn't. Most of them are a little bit wider, more of like a pancake style, and then they've got a big clip on the back for your belt, or you can even put it inside your pocket. But I'll tell you what, I really have liked this sheath. The only complaints I really have about it are, as you can see, I put a zip tie on it because with it only having one screw on this ulti clip, one screw spot available, it was kind of veering over this way. No matter how tight I got that thing, it would always work its way from here over like right here, or even over right there, and it would kind of make it cockeyed in my pocket. So I added a little zip tie, which doesn't affect me at all. I don't even know it's there, and it keeps this thing nice and straight. So that's a little improvement I've made, whatever you want to call it. And it sticks out about this much out of my pocket, plus however much the handle sticks out. I haven't really noticed anything wrong with that. Like, it doesn't dig into my hip or anything like that. Most of the time whenever I bend down to get on my knees to do something or anything like that, it'll just kind of push its way to the side, and I really hardly know it's there. So this thing has carried very well. I've really enjoyed it. I do wish that I could carry it a little bit deeper in the pocket, and I could, but then again, the ulti clip likes to veer off to the side a little bit, and my zip tie, it doesn't quite line up with the bottom here, so I can't really do that. Anyways, so I just got to carry it like this. I did tighten this screw up just a little bit more, and it made it a lot tighter around the knife. It definitely isn't coming out now, but as you can see, there is just a little bit of slack in the sheath from me bending over and stuff like that, where the knife doesn't fully go all the way to the bottom. But that's enough of the sheath. It has actually been a very good sheath, and I like it a lot. Now then, with the knife. I have had this thing just shy a couple days of a month, and I have waxed this thing with some Wicked Wax on the blade, some Wicked Wax on the micarta there, and I've only done that a couple of times, and this thing really, I've sweated quite a bit, and I've had it out a lot in the environment and stuff like that, with water and everything, and it really has not really rusted on me at all. You can see a couple spots there from where I cut some, I think this is from me cutting some wood the other night, and it was kind of damp outside and the wood was a little damp, and I just put it in my sheath, so I got that taken care of. But that's all part of the patina process. These things do come with a coating on them. It's this black, I don't know what kind of coating it is, but most of it really rubs off whenever you cut a lot of wood with it or something like that. It'll end up rubbing off. And then you can either take some quad-aught steel wool and really even it out or whatever. But whenever I took some Never-Dull to the blade, it took a little bit of it off actually, and also took care of that little bit of rust that was forming there at the bottom, so no big deal. As far as comfortability, I am going to tell you something that y'all are going to think I'm crazy for, but if I wasn't allowed to carry a slip joint knife anymore and I only had this knife, I think I'd be fine. As a matter of fact, whenever it comes to pulling this knife out, or pulling a knife out in general for a task, it's this one that I pull out. It is very easy to get it in and out of my pocket, so that's a plus. But this thing is just so comfortable. It doesn't weigh very much. I mean, it is a hefty knife. You can see there it's a pretty thick blade and everything like that. But it doesn't weigh just a whole bunch. And this thing stays sharp forever. I mean, y'all can see I've got a very nicely polished edge on this thing. And I've been cutting some really thick weed eater string. I've cut all kinds of wood with this. I've batoned with it. I've stabbed it into wood. I have used this thing quite a bit already. I've found reasons to use this thing. I've been going into the woods just to use this thing to see how it is and how it holds up and everything like that. And I have not had to sharpen it since I sharpened it the first time. Haven't had to sharpen it in a whole month, as a matter of fact. But I have stropped it a few times, just to bring that polish back. I don't know, I'm a little weird. If I get like a cloudy spot on my edge from where I've cut some damp wood or some green wood will really put a patina on a blade or oxidize a carbon steel blade, especially the edge. So I'll go through and strop it just to get it nice and shiny again. And I feel like that really helps keep the knife sharp. And even if there is just a little bit of gunk on the edge, it will provide some sort of resistance while cutting. So I usually keep it pretty polished up. But yes, this thing has been insanely comfortable. I've not had one issue. I've been looking for reasons why I might not end up liking this knife, and I just can't find one. Besides me wanting the knife to ride a little bit lower in my pocket. But that's really not a big deal. That would never be a deal breaker for me. I've also almost thought about getting a belt sheath for this thing, or just using one of the ones I have around the house. But like I said, it's been comfortable the way I've been carrying it, so I really hadn't put too much thought into it. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is I think I might take this bead off. It's a little big, and sometimes it can get in the way, especially if I'm doing like carving wood or something like that. It'll sometimes hit my knuckle, and that doesn't feel very good. So, but yeah, I have really enjoyed this thing. It looks great. It really does. This thing looks insane. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it one more time. This thing is stupid comfortable. You really can just grab a hold of that and then get whatever you need done. I've done a lot with this knife. But yeah, I really don't have any more key points. If y'all want to see a more in-depth review of like size and specs and everything, I do have a video going over this knife and also another Winkler knife. But yeah, I just want to do a little review. I don't necessarily think that I've left anything out. But yeah, I know that a lot of people wanted to see me putting this thing to use, but anytime I have put it to use, it's either been dark or I just hadn't had a tripod or anything with me to show off. but I do plan on finding a reason to use this thing and then show y'all some tasks that this thing will take care of. I did just buy a axe today to chop up some wood while I'm camping or something like that, so it'll give me more of a reason to get out there in the woods and go camping and stuff like that, and really get a good, not necessarily torture test, but torture test on this thing. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed the video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and if you've made it this far, we're going to do a little thing. Let's type in the comments, winkler is awesome in the comments if you've made it this far, because winkler knives are very awesome, and I would love to have multiple more. But yeah, appreciate everybody watching. We'll see y'all later. Peace.